But enough about me. What is going on in the automotive world?
Nothing. Just kidding.
Well, I mean, there are some things.
Just
I don't know
kidding.
if anybody.
Right as Chrissy put the microphone to her mouth, that was not what I was expecting. That was
Nothing.
So raise your hand if you're on like F1 Twitter and have been watching the craziness in the last 24 hours.
I'm on Facebook and
Oh,
my face is, my head is back and forth here is give me whiplash.
Yeah, so most people know it, so I'm just going to briefly go into it just so we could comment on it. Alpine Formula 1 team and reserve driver Oscar Piastri, is how you say it, right? Are in a tweet war on whether or not Oscar is actually their driver. Here are the basics. Aging F1 four-time champion Seb Vettel, my guy, quit struggling Aston Martin race team to retire because even though he's like 35, he's like considered really old. Aston Martin's owner, F1 version of Daddy Warbucks, signed Alpine's even older two-time champion Fernando Alonso. Just follow us on this one. Old guy swapped for old guy. That's not the important part. So Alpine tweets about a day later that it has use the term promoted, their backup driver, Oscar Piastri, who after many hours of not saying anything, like there's usually like a quote or a retweet or something like I'm excited for next year. None of that. He just says basically whatever they did without my permission, and I will not be driving for Alpine next year, signaling that not only that he plans to break his current contract because he technically is with them currently, whatever. I don't know what's going on. Alpine insists that he can't break the contract. I'm sure lawsuits are going to follow.
Because who wants to be number 2 to Stoll?
Right. Like, come on, this is the greatest seat ever.
Nope.
Except
for the fact that that they're not exactly the greatest team.
Also, why would Alonso, like, Alpine's doing pretty well compared to Aston.
Better than Aston, absolutely.
Why would you even go there?
Fact.
What?
Yeah.
This whole thing is such a hot mess, and it makes you not want to trust the news, right? Like, it's the kind of thing that you're just like, well, are you really going there? Or when you're just gonna be like, nope, not going there today.
Although honestly, it's a shame that Sebastian Vettel is retiring because I would love to hear his take on all of this.
Oh, I'm sure his tongue is going to be as loose as hell as soon as he spends some time with his family. I anticipate a lot of fun snide comments from Fernando. I did see, we'll go back to the Seb thing for a moment, but he basically said that he's retiring. He posted a video on his Instagram account. He created an Instagram account to announce his retirement.
Really?
Yeah, because he has never been a social media guy. And he basically said, I love driving. I hate traveling. I hate traveling the world. I hate the circus. I'm out of F1, but like it's not because I don't like Aston. It's not because I don't like the people around me, but he didn't tell the Stolls either. So they were surprised and shocked. Like I said, it's a shit show all around. I expect any minute now for whoever the hell is in charge of Ferrari to be calling up Seb and being like, yo, I know you said you don't want to you don't want to like travel. Please come help our team because we suck.
But if he turns down that offer, hey, Sebastian, maybe just a once a month kind of trip to the US. It doesn't pay very well, but it's all the Wartburgers you can possibly eat.
Chris, I know you got something on this.
Alex Albon posted, I understand that with my agreement, Williams Racing have put out a press release this afternoon that I am driving for next year. This is right. I have signed a contract with Williams for 2023. I will be driving for Williams next year.
Is that real?
Yes.
Are you serious? So Alpine has no drivers.
Oh.
No, Albon is with Williams last year too,
Oh,
but he's making fun of Piastri's
He's saying,
I
am racing with
not
them.
Ocon.
No,
You said Albon.
Albon.
I'm sorry. I thought
Yes.
for some
Albon.
reason my brain thought Ocon.
No, it's Albon. But he's trolling
Yes,
Piastri.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's
Trolling
fun
the Strolls.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy,
That's
Lance
all.
Stroll.
Yep.
Couldn't have a better dude.
Yeah. All right. Hey, in other news, remember 20 years ago when WRX came out in the US and everyone was all super excited.
Yeah.
And then dealers started denying warranty claims for the car was used in any kind of competition. So there were rumors of you and a service manager at the time searching online forum results for local events. Backlash was strong. Subaru apparently learned their lesson, maybe. But Gulf Coast Toyota distributor, which let's be clear, this is not Toyota corporate. There's Gulf Coast Toyota runs all of the things in that area. There's Southeast Toyota, and then everywhere else is actually Toyota. It's kind of a weird thing based on who picked them up early on. Anyway, they missed that wisdom. Brian Silvestro at Road and Track gave us the lowdown on a bubbling issue with Toyota's GR86. Toyota gives out a free national membership and track day voucher to every new GR86 purchase. But one owner spun a bearing at just 13,000 miles. And according to his Facebook post, the engine was starved of oil because of excess sealant, the RTV sealant on the oil pan that fell into the oil pan and blocked the pickup. Drama came when a field technician specialist assigned to the case used his social media posts and videos of him drifting into testing to an event, as well as some onboard driving video to deny the claim. In response to Run Track story, Toyota released a statement stating that they are looking into the case. Meanwhile, the owner who had this happen to him is running with a used engine he had installed for $7,000 out of his pocket at a Subaru dealer. More on this saga as it develops.
Wow.
I do want to say this, which I saw immediately after that.
While we're waiting for your thing to load, back in the day, nice.
What does it say? It sucks for people that listen to a podcast.
Go ahead, Mental.
I'm sorry. So it's the infamous yellow coat guy behind the tree rubbing his hands, and it says Mazda watching Toyota generate Miata sales.
Totally. I'd like to mention that way back in the day, 02 or whenever, when WRXs first hit the soil, they were actually giving out SCCA memberships and then denying people's claims for participating in autocrosses.
Just can't take that car.
Yeah.
You can
Jim
just
had
take-
one. Jim had an 02 WRX.
They did.
Had it out on track. Guess what happened? Spun a bearing.
Well, he money shifted. Let's be honest.
Spun a bearing too. Come on.
Well, but it doesn't say what you can and can't do to have this. Like when you go on track, it doesn't say like, well, if you money shift, right? Like nobody's going to admit to that.
Yeah. Well, that's an easy thing they can check in the ECU logs to see, but still.
Sure.
Anyway,
I remember my buddy, the local Subaru dealership in Oklahoma, their underwriter was very gearhead friendly, and he recognized that was a lot of his business. And my friend brought his in there with the annual inspection sticker on the door jamb, and he just kind of like, oh, hey, I'm going to drop my pen while you peel that off there. And he literally made a thing of it. And he goes, okay, yeah, no, we're good.
Wow. Okay. They aren't sponsors, but we love Grassroots Motorsports. We're all subscribers and spend a lot of time on their forums and have for the better part of 20 years. One of the reasons is the people that you meet there. One of those folks is Bill Groh, who after a stint in Poland, then Tacoma, Washington, is now living in Hungary. Bill posted on the GRM forum about relief efforts to Ukraine refugees, a mere 64 kilometers from his current home. Bill and contributors have raised nearly $10,000 to buy essentials for Ukrainian refugees, toys, foods, medical supplies, and the like. He's been working with officials in his town of Pápa, Hungary, as well as across the region. His Toyota 4Runner has already delivered a truckload of canned food, drinking water, and medical supplies, funded in part by GRM Community to Lviv, Ukraine, destined to reach the frontline medical workers, including leaks. This story, the threads where all of this started, you would like to help, all of that links, all of those are linked in our show notes.
And by leeks, you mean like the oniony, green, stalky thing, right?
Right on top of one of the pictures, it was a bunch of leaks. And I said, Chrissy will be happy to know
I
that
do like including
refugees
leeks.
are getting leaks.
The problem is that they're sandy and then you have to cook them for a long time to actually eat them, but that's fine. No problem.
Never actually ate one. I mean,
we did.
I've never cooked with one, I should say. I'm sure it's been in,
right after you
after I danced with
leek,
them.
Yeah, after she started that leek dance, I
bring them
went and
home,
bought
make
them
soup.
Yeah, it makes a really good soup.
Yeah. I've had leek soup at restaurants. I've never made it, so that's why.
Well, what the hell?
Yeah.
Our final story involves one of the OEMs finally dealing with car flippers, new car flippers. Now, according to Bob Sorokonich, at Jalopnik, GM recently sent a letter to dealers outlining their policy that certain warranties will not be transferred on the new Escalade V, the Hummer EV, and the new Corvette Z06 if the purchaser sells that vehicle within the first 12 months of ownership. The letter, signed by Steve Carlisle, who is the president of GM North America, was spotted on social media, but the article at Jalopnik got the full text from a General Motors spokesperson. Why? Aside from new car flippers being absolute scumbags who park in handicap spaces, it's very simple. They are trying to protect their actual loyal customers. According to General Motors, quote, when vehicles are quickly resold, particularly by unauthorized dealers or other resellers that do not adhere to GM's standards, the customer experience suffers and GM's brands are damaged. The letter also points out, quote, that these changes will not impact product recalls or in any way. So if there's something wrong with the vehicle, they're going to fix it. But they are going to help prioritize ownership by brand enthusiasts and loyal customers. And I don't say this very often, but good on you, GM.
Very cool.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So we usually
You know who usually doesn't resell General Motors vehicles at overlist price? It's people on racingjunk.com.
Absolutely. Bunch of gearheads. They just
don't do that.
They just like stuff. They'll sell GM products on racingjunk.com because you can sell everything on there for free, but they're not going to overprice it. They have lots of weird stuff. I love their weird stuff.
That's kind of funny because I was about to show something weird that somebody is reselling on Racing Junk and to ask you how ludicrous is the price.
Let's see.
Okay. Where did we all go? Check this out. SEMA 2021 jacket.
Oh,
Hey, like a varsity jacket. It's like blue with white sleeves. Has a hot rod pickup truck on the back, like a 30s Ford. It says SEMA Show Hot Rod Nation, Las Vegas, Nevada.
It's a
last
pretty...
year. Yeah. You guys were at the 19, but yeah, this is last year's. Vicky and I were there.
I'm zooming in here for those of you who are on YouTube. It's like a big stitched patch.
it is. Yeah.
Very, very nice. I don't know, not my style, but if you were like,
it's the kind of thing a guy who has a C6 Corvette would wear, and while he wears his New Balances when it's a little chilly.
Yeah.
Or if you paid Boyd Coddington to build you a hot rod.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. So,
or you tell us all about your chip foose wheels.
But price wise, that's really not that.
It's less than I would expect. They're asking
it's probably less than it cost at SEMA.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
See, they're not overpricing things, but I wouldn't pay it. But someone might. I don't know. Then they'll tell you that their Corvette is one of 874 in yellow with a yellow interior with an automatic, but with the all-season tires that came that year.
GT seats and all-season tires.
While you're showing that ad right there, it was interesting. Also, they were showing the upcoming Dead Man Curves weekend there in California, which is also another aspect of Racing Junk. It's all the upcoming events anywhere near your area. And to check these all out, to buy things, sell things on Racing Junk, it's all free. Yes, you can pay for a premium membership, get rid of some of those ads, throw as many pictures up as you want. You can start free, go up there. E1R has the upgraded membership, but you ain't got to do that. Point being, Racing Junk, full of good people.
And sign up for the newsletter. That's like totally free. Get the email.
Absolutely.
Why not?
Good idea.
Upcoming races.
Lemons is at Thompson in Connecticut. More to come on that. It is 95 cars, 18 BMWs. That's
great.
That's okay.
It's great.
Right?
That's a fifth. That's a little high for a Lemons field.
Yeah. It's in
Not
Northeast though. Yeah. 8 Hondas, 3 Porsches, and lots of usual characters. So we'll talk a little bit more about this later.
All right. World Racing League is at High Plains. Now they have 36 cars. 15 of those are BMWs.
Wow.
That's like 48% right
there.
Boring. So
boring.
1 Miata.
No
Hondas. 9 Porsches.
Say no.
Yikes.
No.
Yikes. That's a very German field out there.
It's a boring field.
Boring field, yeah. 9 Hondas. In the world of not so boring, the Hell on Wheels rally started as you're hearing this. So 12 intrepid souls will leave St. Louis Obispo for, well, St. Louis Obispo via 1,175-mile route through California. Holy cow. 12 cars. Not a single BMW, Miata, Honda, or Porsche. So what do they have? What is that?
Among, I'm sorry.
Among, okay.
I also wrote 12 intrepid souls, and really it's 12 teams. It's probably like 36 intrepid souls.
That's true, yeah.
My apologies. I was trying to get this out of the door.
Here's what there is. I'm not going to read it, even though thank you, Mental, for putting this in. I don't want to.
This came
from
the mouth. Came from our fifth host, Eric Rude.
Oh, great. A 59 Rambler with see-through floorboards. I assume that is because of rust, not because they installed some sort of plate glass.
It's a glass bottom car.
I mean,
could go either way.
It's lemons. Yeah,
A Saab 96, that is the little scarab beetle looking one, and 81 Chrysler Cordoba. That's my trying to do. It's got a slant 6 and a torque flight. And as Eric tells us, that's 85 horsepower, pushing 3,700 pounds through the Sierra Mountains. Yikes, good luck.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It's probably fine.
Leaning Tower of Power will not stop. Listener feedback.
So I posted, it's race weekend. So I posted a bunch of pictures from us making work burgers, which was great. I'm happy to have Chris's help. Our pictures got a lot of comments.
Tyler asked, what the is a wart burger?
After Chrissy's brief explanation, Steve R said, oh, apparently it grows on you.
Yeah,
it does. Totally.
We should mention, hey, Tyler, I assume that's Tyler Stank out there.
No, it is not.
No, different Tyler. Oh, never mind. I was going to say hi to Tyler Stank, who went to Oshkosh Fly-In Air or whatever the hell it is show. But no, since it's not Tyler, who cares? Screw you. Glenn F. agreed, saying it's a pretty awesome burger. All the same stuff you might put on the burger, but cooked right into it, which is kind of like the mission statement of a work burger, right? It's everything you want to put on the burger, cooked right in.
But you don't want to bring all the fixings to the race. You just want it all done for you. And it's done.
So finally, Thomas E chimed in and said, I'm glad to have to come to the comments to find out I don't need to educate you on a work burger, what a work burg is.
Oh, the car he's talking about.
Because I said, I alluded to a whole bunch of comments of, I'm not telling you what it is because it's special and amazing. And no, they're not coming to the potluck.
And it's named after our East German first.
Right. And I did say that. I said, if you Googled it, chances are our car will come up.
I know you said it. I was making sure the listeners knew.
Oh, it's fine. That's what I was saying. I didn't tell you exactly what a Wartburg.
Hey, you know who we never have to explain what a Wartburg is to? Because she doesn't care.
That's true.
Chrissy's mom. I never have to say Chrissy's mom. It's an East German car with a 2-cycle 3-cylinder motor that has 7 moving parts. I have never said that in my life to her.
No. And if she knew, she might say, "Oh, that's cute. I'd like one of those." And then we would say no.
You don't. Terrible.
I actually had feedback. Sorry, I thought you were gonna ask me and Jeff for our feedback.
Well, that was the next step, but then Jeff jumped right in before I had a chance because you two. There have been more times that Chrissy and I have been gone and we've had feedback, but now you guys have been gone. Where's your listener feedback?
So I'm gonna a couple of things. I'm gonna open that. All 3 of the guest hosts that were on the show, Curtis, Tim, and Eric, of course, who's been on the show multiple times, made me kind of fear for my job because they were all awesome. It was great having them on there. And of course, Curtis is just awesome. And if you listen to that show and you thought Curtis is a great guy, meet him in person because he's actually even better in person. On the Eric show, Chris, props for your music choices and testing out the Crutchfield stuff on the vet. Well done. And then odds on Jeff actually fixing that car that he was working on for the on the Eric show.
The RX-7. quite low.
Yeah.
I don't know what the other car it was.
Yeah, and also, and as we always notice this whenever we quote him for our listener feedback, Eric's vocabulary is just so elegant. He is, aside from being a great person, he's just wonderful to listen to because he really does paint a picture with his language. It's awesome. And Snorly Whacker is my new favorite generic reference term. Hey, hand me that Snorly Whacker. Whatever.
Oh, it's not just a random bird. It's in everything.
Yeah, it could
Come
be.
on.
Exactly.
That's
Could
Right.
be.
Look in the toolbox of the Snorly Whacker. Is this
Okay.
it? No, the other Snorly Whacker.
Got it. I like it. I use it
Yes.
as a generic bird, but could be a generic anything.
And I would also like to point out that the Garage Heroes E1R mashup went 1 hour and 43 minutes with the two shortest people on the show, time wise. So really, it's not me or Jeff. It's Bill. Bill's the guy, man. Bill
Or
just
Vicky.
makes everything
Vicky.
go.
No, Bill
both
definitely
do.
put that show off the rails. He was like, "Oh, since there's an opening, here's another topic. Let's do one more topic. I got one more topic." He said one more topic like 6 times. I do want to say I was a little jealous of the Garage Heroes podcast because you were to the main topic in like 26 minutes, 24 minutes. So y'all did a great job in the beginning, and then you got the main topic and it totally so I listened to like 20, 30. I listened to sometimes 45 minutes of the shows, every show. I was like timing that sucker. I was like, damn, they were through the first half, and it's such a this show's going to be great. And then it just kept going and going. Not in a bad way, but it just kept going.
Of course, not in a bad way. All right.
Bad way. I also want to mention that I was on the Garage Heroes in Training podcast with my son Josh, the one that just got released today about Marvel and stuff. So Comic-Con. So that one went hella long too. So I can't throw stones.
Yeah, I think I saw that in my feed of 2 hours and 38 minutes or
2
something.
hours,
like
28 minutes. So
Wow.
Nice.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you
A lot
can't
of
really.
things
But again, thanks to everyone who stepped on the show, and it was fun. It's fun. If I wasn't a part of the show, I think I'd probably still listen to the show.
But you are part of the
Great.
show, so therefore you don't have to make that decision right now, which is great.
Actually,
Let's
I probably
get on
listen to it more when I'm not there. Yeah.